Father, we need to hear from you. We don't need the thoughts of men. We don't need my thoughts, my words. We need your words. So, Father, you're the one who chose through the foolishness of preaching to declare good news, warnings, correction. You're the one who set that up. And yet you even call it foolishness. So use the foolishness of preaching this morning to save, deliver, bring back into line everything that's out of line, to make a straight path for the Lord in all of our hearts. Do that which only you can do. Open our ears to hear. Break our dependency upon the world and its chatter. Let every mind be silent before you and hear clearly your voice this morning, I pray. In Jesus' name, the church say, Amen. Amen. We talked about God's omniscience last week. That's a real big word. It means God knows everything. Now, everybody says that. You say, what omniscience means. Everybody says, yeah, it means God knows. But have you ever really thought about what that means? That God knows everything. Okay? Gave you this definition last week. We'll give it to you again. In classical theology, the doctrine of God's omniscience means that God knows all things, past, present, future, real and potential, and He knows them all at the same time. He not only knows what was and what is, He also knows what will be. On top of that, He knows everything that could be, but is not, at the same time. He knows everything. Knows every thought before you think it. Knew you before the beginning of time. Wrote a book about your life and what He desired for you before you were ever born, or your parents or your grandparents or anyone else. Already there. It's a wonderful thing. That's why you can have complete confidence. God's never surprised. He's never caught off guard. Everything that's happened in your life, He knew it before it ever happened. Amen? You say, why did He let it happen? Because there's a lot of things involved. There's lots of things going on. There's lots of wheels here. Right?
Right.
Everything that happens in our life is not God's will for us. The moment I step outside of God's will, and I will, then I bring some things into my life that God didn't necessarily want. But there's always a way back into the will of God. It's called this wonderful word called repentance. Yeah. Where we change what we thought and our will and line it with His will and what He thought. That's why it's very critical that you keep God's commandments, because they're there for your safety, to keep you on the path into the book about your life that's perfect for you and for everyone involved with you. You want to be in that path. That's why God gave us commandments, to keep us safe. Romans 8, 25 through 30. You'll turn there with me. You look up that. Look up 2 Kings chapter 20. Should get this before. Romans 8, 25 through 30 says, but if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. Likewise, the Spirit also helps in our weaknesses, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought. Everybody say, we do not know what we should pray for as we ought.
We do not know what to pray for that we ought.
Now God said that. The all-knowing, omniscient God said, you don't know how to pray as you ought. So can everybody agree with God? That there are things that we should be praying, but we're not praying those things. So we need help. Everybody say we need help.
We need help.
For we do not know what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit Himself makes intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. I harp about praying in tongues. You say, well, that didn't say anything about tongues. That talked about groanings that cannot be uttered. You're never going to have the groanings that cannot be uttered until you pray in tongues for a while. That's how you get to that place. Amen? Now, he who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is. Everybody say the Spirit and God are the same. They're one.
Spirit
The Spirit knows everything. He's omniscient, just like God. He's inside of you. Because he makes intercessions for the saints according to the will of God. When you're praying in the Spirit, you are praying according to the will of God for your life and for that individual or who you're praying for. You're praying the perfect prayer for that individual and you. But we better pray in English where we don't know how to pray as we ought. We rather pray out of our limited mind instead of out of his unlimited resources. Why? Because the enemy don't want you praying in the Holy Ghost. He does not want you praying in the Spirit. It's good stuff. And we know that all things, everybody say all things, work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose, for whom he foreknew. How did he know you? Because he's omniscient. Before you were ever born, before time, he knew you. For whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he predestined, these he also called. Whom he called, these he also justified. To whom he justified, these he also glorified. Everybody say, that's me.
That's me.
If you believe it, that's you. If you believe that. Most people don't believe that. If you believe that, you never say some of the stuff you say about yourself. Okay? You wouldn't. Go with me to 2 Kings chapter 20. We'll see how this looks. God is a God who's omniscient, all-knowing, knows everything that's going to happen before it happens in your life. God knows when you're lost in the woods and you don't even know you're lost. God knows when you're backsliding before you even have a clue that you're backsliding. He already knows. God knows when you're missing the mark, when the devil has set up a trap for you to destroy you. God already knows. And God has put triggers in your life. He's put the Word of God in your life, commandments and everything else to keep you safe. But sometimes he has to do some pretty drastic things to awaken you to your moment. See, in every meeting, I believe there's a moment for you to find yourself. Because God chose through the foolishness of preaching. It's called foolishness. If you think about it, me standing up here preaching to you this morning is the most foolish thing that could ever happen. God called it foolishness. Why? Because God understands that we're made that 20%, 80% of everything I say this morning, you will not even hear. You'll remember even less of the 20% you do hear. It just doesn't make any sense God would do it this way, and yet, this is the way he chose to do it. See, most of you can't even put down a cell phone long enough in church anymore to hear the Word of God. Amen. If that thing buzzes, you will pick it up. You're so you don't even know you're doing it anymore because your God's on the end of your hand. Your idol. You can't put it down. Some of you talk about fasting. You want to fast Facebook for a while. Seriously, I'm serious. Some of you need to fast Facebook for a week. Get off of it and hear your God. Hear your God for a while. Get off Facebook long enough to hear your God. Cut your phone off long enough there. Let me tell you something. There was a day we didn't have cell phones, and we all survived to this day. Isn't it amazing? How did we make it? So here's a guy named Hezekiah. He's a king. He's in the lineage of Jesus. And this is how God deals with it in his omniscience. In those days, Hezekiah was sick and near death. And Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, went to him and said to him, Thus says the Lord, Set your house in order, for you shall die and not live. Then he turned his face toward the wall and prayed to the Lord, saying, Remember now, O Lord, I pray, how I walked before you in truth and with a loyal heart, and have done what was good in your sight. And Hezekiah wept bitterly. And it happened before Isaiah had gone out into the middle court that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Return and tell Hezekiah, the leader of my people. Thus says the Lord, the God of David, your father. I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. How do you do that? Because he's always present. God's omnipresent. Big word. Just means God never leaves you. God never forsakes you. God is always present. He's never absent. Pentecostals, we don't have to work him up and try to get him to come down because he was here before you got here. Long before we got here. He was here and he'll always be. Forever. He didn't show up when Sister so-and-so shouted. He didn't show up when we ran. He didn't show up then. He was already there. Sister so-and-so just finally realized he was. That's what you call the moving of the Spirit. No, you finally realized he was present. He's never not been present. I saw your tears. Surely I will heal you. On the third day you shall go up to the house of the Lord, and I will add to your days 15 years. I will deliver you and this city from the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city for my own sake and for the sake of my servant David. Then Isaiah said, Take a lump of figs. So he took it, laid it on the boil, and he recovered. And Hezekiah said to Isaiah, What is the sign that the Lord will heal me, and that I shall go up to the house of the Lord the third day? Then Isaiah said, This is the sign to you from the Lord, that the Lord will do the thing which he has spoken. Shall the shadow go forward 10 degrees or go backward 10 degrees? This was a sundial. Meant the sun had to move. And Hezekiah answered, It is an easy thing for the shadow to go down 10 degrees. No, but let the shadow go backward 10 degrees. Now some of y'all know science. I don't know how all that had to work. I don't know the slow rotation of the earth. How he did it. But he did something way out of the ordinary. Simply because Hezekiah wanted to know. So Isaiah the prophet cried out to the Lord, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backward, by which it had gone down on the sundial of Ahaz. You know God's no respecter of persons. Did you know that? He loves you every bit as much as he loved Hezekiah. There's nothing he wouldn't do for you. But do you have the boldness to ask for that? We got a word here a while back. You have not, because you ask not. At that time, the Roboc-Baladan, the son of Baladan, the king of Babylon, sent letters and a present to Hezekiah, for he heard that Hezekiah had been sick. And Hezekiah was attended to them and showed them all the house of his treasures, silver and gold, the spices and precious ointment, and all his armory, all that was found among his treasures. There was nothing in his house or in all his dominion that Hezekiah did not show them. Then Isaiah the prophet went to King Hezekiah and said to him, What did these men say? From where did they come to you? So Hezekiah said, They came from a far country, from Babylon. So Hezekiah answered, and he said, What have they seen in your house? So Hezekiah answered, They have seen all that is in my house. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not shown them. Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, Hear the word of the Lord. Behold, the days are coming when all that is in your house, and what your fathers have accumulated until this day, shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, says the Lord. And they shall take away some of your sons, who will descend from you, whom you will beget, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. So Hezekiah said to Isaiah, The word of the Lord which you have spoken is good. For he said, Will there not be peace at least in my days. Now the rest of the acts of Hezekiah, all his mights, and how he made a poop and a tunnel, and brought water into the city, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judea? So Hezekiah rested with his fathers, and Manasseh his son reigned in his place. Now, why don't I read that whole chapter? First off, did God lie? Did God change his mind? That's a question you should be answering. If you read the Bible, read it with your mind. You say, well, I read it with my spirit. You got to read it. Of course you do. His words are spirit and they're life. You can't read it without your spirit because you are a spirit. But you also got to read it with your mind. You got to think. Now, the Bible says God can't lie. Did God lie? Told Hezekiah he was going to die. Did Hezekiah die? Nothing, but he did die. So why did God do it that way? How many of you know Hezekiah might not knew he was going to die? Seemed like he had a boil his leg. But God knew that if the situation continued as it was, unless Hezekiah did something, came back to a place, he was going to die. And God didn't put Hezekiah, the ruler of my people, in there by accident. You do not live or die just for you. You affect everyone, and everyone affects you. So God tells Hezekiah, set your house in order, or you're going to die. God put a trigger in front of Hezekiah. God, who is omniscient and all-knowing, knew that there was something in Hezekiah, that if he knew the severity of the situation, that it would cause him to go into a place where God could answer a prayer. But he had to ask. The only thing that stops God from doing is we do not ask. You have not, because you ask not. So Hezekiah does something. I'm not kidding when I say you need to stop Facebook for a while. Not kidding. Let me tell you something. If Hezekiah had Facebook, he continued to do Facebook, continued to do life as normal, continued to do what the physicians evidently were telling him to do that wasn't working, that God knew that if he keeps doing this, he's going to die. But God, to arrest the situation, turn the situation around, faces him with the brutal fact, set your house in order because you're going to die. And the prophet walks out the door. Hezekiah does what we have to do sometimes. You got to shut it down. Shut everything down. Let me tell you something. When you need the hand of God to move, you can't be watching TV, playing Facebook games, and texting your buddies. You got to shut it down. You got to turn away from the world, and you got to turn and face the wall, and you got to make contact with a God who knows everything. How many's ever been there? I mean, where the situation is so dire. I mean, it's so bad. Unless you get hold of God, you're going under. You're going down. I got sad news for you. Most people don't do that. They go under and they go down. They do not face the wall. They do not turn away from this world. They do not look to God and God alone. They do not cry out of the depths of their hearts out for God's help. They just continue to do what they've been doing, moaning, groaning, and wringing their hands, and looking at Facebook, trying to find an answer from people that are just as blind and lost as you are. I want a God who knows everything. I don't need a man's opinion who is as limited in his mind when I'm facing death. When everything I've got is about to be taken from me, I need God. I need the unlimited God, the all-knowing, every single thing God. And I need to realize that God has put a trigger to help me get to Him. But am I going to take it? Am I going to take the opportunity to turn and face the wall? For some people, this is turning and facing the wall. Getting this thing out of your hand, hitting that button, watching it go black, setting it down, locking it up, and walking away. Brother Lee, you don't realize I minister to so many people
and you got issues in your own life you're not dealing with right now? You got situations where you're falling apart right now? I think you need to turn and face the wall. Because if you're anxious, what you're going to do, you're going to minister out of your anxiety. You're going to minister out of your worry. You're going to minister out of this unlimited mind instead of out of God who has no limits. It's time to get in touch with God. Time to reach out and find God. And you can't find Him when you're looking at everything else. I'm talking about when you've got to have Him. I'm not talking about your normal everyday stuff. I'm talking about when it's time to get, it's gotten serious. It's time when you've got that report from the doctor that you're going to die and you're not going to live. It's when the doctor comes to you and says, I think you've got Alzheimer's. It's when the doctor comes to you and says, I think you've got cancer. It's when the banker comes to you or your financial advisor and says, you are dead broke, you are bankrupt. It is over. It is when you look at America and you see it falling apart at the hinges and it ain't going to be changed by a vote. Because I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but as long as we have a two-party system and they refuse to work together, it will never work.
That's true. That's true.
And it's got to work. It has to work. Do you not see the direction we're headed in? You've got to be able to see the direction we're headed in here. Come on, men of Hezekiah, know what time it is. We have the right to worship, but we're not even taking advantage of it. And I'm telling you, we're closer to having it taken from us. A lot closer than what you think. 1972, David Wilson had a vision. Everybody thought it was the craziest thing in the world. We're living that vision today if we ever crawl about it. He saw an apostate church in America.
Help us, Lord.
A.W. Tozer said, wisdom, among other things, is the ability to devise perfect ends and to achieve those ends by the most perfect means. It sees the end from the beginning, so there can be no need to guess or conjecture. Wisdom sees everything in focus, each in proper relation to all, and is thus able to work toward predestined goals with flawless precision. Who meets that qualification? The God of all wisdom. And remember last week we said, though He's omniscient and knows everything, knew the day He saved your immortal soul, knew the day you were sin after He saved your immortal soul, saw all this junk you would do after He saved your immortal soul, and still loved you anyway. And can take a plan and get you on the right path with precision, because He knows all the moving parts that are involved around you that you can't possibly know about. Indeed, when we see wisdom like this, we realize just how much our limited, finite wisdom compares with the limitless, infinite wisdom of God, and how comforting and wonderful this is for man to dwell on. In fact, that God can never be more wise means He is always doing the wisest thing in our lives. No plan we could make for our lives could be better than the plan He has already crafted and is carrying out for us. We might not understand His ways today, but we can trust that because God is infinitely wise, He truly is working all things out in the best possible way. Let's go back to Hezekiah. Hezekiah is the king of Israel. Israel is in trouble. Israel is America 2019. Israel has forgotten their God. Oh, they still call His name Jehovah, but they're worshiping at the poles of Asherah and all the other foreign gods. And it's fixing to get a whole lot worse. Hezekiah was a righteous king, but he did not remove all that stuff. Still there. The people are doing lip service to God. This, for your sake, is where our Redeemer has got to come through. The Redeemer has to come through Israel. Has to come. And they're way off from God. So God gives Hezekiah, after creating a trigger to where Hezekiah turns away from everything else and faces the wall, calls on God in a manner that God can respond to. God gives him 15 more years. And I used to think God missed it. Because I looked and I said, God, he showed all the kings of Babylon all of his treasure, and that's why they came and attacked Israel and took Israel captivity and destroyed Jerusalem and the temple. Everybody say, and the temple.
And the temple.
See, the Jews, every time the prophets would arise and they would say, God is going to bring punishment on this nation because you have turned your back on God, they would cry, the temple. God will not destroy the temple because God lives in the temple. You know what they say in America? God will not destroy America because 70% of missions comes from the United States. God will never destroy it. There are foreign countries now that do not want American missionaries because they do not want our American gospel. Not that they don't need help or our money. They just don't want our gospel because they've seen what it does to us. Do you know that other countries are sending missionaries to the United States now? Maybe they know something we don't. Israel has turned its back on God. God gives Hezekiah 15 years. Kings of Babylon are going to come up and take all of that treasure he showed. Because it was immense. It was the treasure of Solomon, David, and all the kings before. We're talking billions of dollars, trillions, right there in the treasures of Israel. And no way Nebuchadnezzar's going to let it stay there. So I said, God, you missed it. You spared Hezekiah's life, and look what happened. They came and destroyed Israel. But that ain't the end of the story, is it? You know what happened to Israel? Y'all read Jeremiah, right? The weeping prophet. You know who the prophet was when Babylon took Israel? Jeremiah. Why is he weeping? Because he's preaching to them, unless you repent, this city will fall to Babylon. He's going to put the eyes of the kings out, take all of his sons, take everyone into captivity, destroy the temple, and destroy the city of Jerusalem, which he did. And guess what? With them right at the door, Israel refused to repent. They would not turn. They kept worshiping their idols. Matter of fact, after Hezekiah died, the Nebuchadnezzar came, took all of the stuff out of the temple and put foreign gods right there in the temple. And yet they're calling on Yahweh's name, worshiping a foreign idol. And they didn't even know how far they had left God. And didn't wake up. But guess what happened? They get taken to Babylon. And in Babylon, that remnant that was left, that was not killed by the sword, that was not starved to death in the famine, prospered beyond the wildest dreams. And when Israel, under Darius the Mede, returned, there was only a small part that would leave Babylon. Only a small portion of them would leave because why? They were so prosperous. Came back. Israel never once worshipped idols again. It took the captivity of Babylon to turn the heart of Israel back to their God and to stop them from worshiping idols. So the omniscient God doesn't just do things for your benefit. Everything he does in your life has to affect, he knows it affects everyone and everything around you. And so when God brings you into that place of peace that he wants you in, he does it for the good of all. And when we do it our own way and not his way, when we ignore the clear commandments of God and we just refuse to do them, and we suffer the punishment of that, and we overrun every trigger that's to get our attention, to bring us back so we can go into that, God still, in his omniscience, brings about a desired end. Some of you are worried, you're fretful, you're full of anxiety, because you refuse to cast your anxiety upon the Lord. You'll do it for a minute, and you'll go pick it back up. You'll allow the enemy into your temple, into your mind, into the place that's sacred for the thinking about God. God said, I will keep them in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on me. But your mind is not stayed on God, because guess what? Oh my goodness, this is happening. Oh my God, the Democrats are doing this today. This. Your mind is full with anxiety and anxious things. You can't even think about your God. You can't put it down. You can't stop hearing. You can't hear good news for all the bad news you've absorbed into your life, and you're doing nothing about it. You're full of anxiety. When you're up against it, when you're faced something, you're facing death, please listen to me for just a second. Please listen to me for just a second. I want to tell you a story, one of Brother Charles Harris's stories. This will help you, because it's very critical what you allow your mind to think about. Do you know that? Brother Charles gets a call to go preach. Way out in the country church. He goes. He don't have any money, but they invite him to come. Him and his family go. His children are real small. I think it's Alita's a baby at this time, got a baby. So he goes, he preaches in the church. If y'all know Brother Charles, he didn't preach short. So it's late when they get out, way out in the country. He said he was driving. I probably got the car wrong, but it was a big car is all I know. I think he said it was a Buick. It was one of those gas hogs. He said he goes out there. He said he didn't have any money to put gas in it when he went. He told God, I don't have gas to get home on, but I'm going to go. You tell me to go, I'm going. And he got out and said, they gave me an offering. He said, I had money. He said there was no gas station open. And he said, I got a long way back to, I think it was Potash, Alabama, he was living at. And so I get in the car, and that Buick is laid on empty. And he said, if you know anything about these big cars back then, they were gas hogs. They were not gas conserved. And he said, immediately, the enemy put an image in my mind, me being out there on that country road with my family. He said it was wintertime, it was cold, it was below freezing. And he said, the devil put an image in my mind of me running out of gas with my baby and us freezing out there. He said, there was nobody else on the road. He said, it was in the middle of nowhere, nothing but trees. So he said, immediately I began to entertain a thought. What thought are you going to entertain? What thought are you entertaining right now? I'm full of anxiety. I'm worried. I don't know what's going to happen to me. That's a thought. You're entertaining a thought. You're entertaining images that come with that thought.